The upsurge in crime and criminal activity in Tobago is of a great concern to Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, and they intend to tackle it through a series of initiatives. Deputy Commissioner of Police Junior Benjamin and Superintendent Rodin Kerr appear on the Tobago Updates morning show, where they discuss the strategies for curbing crime on the island. Reporter Joshel Dan has more in this story.
Over the past year, Tobago has experienced a notable upsurge in criminal activity, raising concerns about the severity of the situation. In response, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service has initiated a plan to quell crime on the island. Deputy Commissioner of Police Junior Benjamin noted that there will be an increase in police activity, an approach he deemed zero tolerance.
We are going to be out there and we are going to be upholding the law. Persons that we see outside at certain times, you need to account for yourself. We are going to take a zero tolerance approach, and we are saying that it is needed now, and we want the support of the public.
The Deputy Commissioner urged the public to report any suspicious criminal activities. He acknowledged that some individuals within communities are providing information about crime, but emphasized that the responses so far have been insufficient. Meanwhile, Superintendent Kirk emphasized that the TTPS's initiatives aim to rebuild and restore public trust and confidence, implement crime prevention measures, and enhance crime prevention and protection rates. He also mentioned a series of town hall meetings that involved the community and would have assisted in apprehending some of the perpetrators of criminal activity in the community.
Coming out of that, we have seen an increase and improvement in terms of the relationship with the TTPS, especially some of the recent activities that took place.
Kirk also states that property owners can be held accountable if they fail to take decisive action when criminal activity is suspected on their premises.
We are going to target the persons owning those properties, because there is something under the Dangerous Drug Act. If you keep up premises where dangerous drugs are being used, you can also face the other end of the law.
Both Deputy Commissioner Benjamin and Superintendent Kirk are urging the public to come forward with any information about crimes. They emphasize that only with the public's assistance can the rising crime rates on the island be reduced. Joshel Dan, Tobago Updates Television News.
Trinidad and Tobago recorded 318 murders for the year. Both islands are experiencing a significant increase in crime, which is a cause for concern. Member of Parliament for Chaguanas West and opposition member Dinesh Rambali has bashed both the government and the opposition, urging for the political bickering to end and the country to be safe from criminals. He expressed his view via a statement which was posted on his Facebook page. Here's more.
MP Dinesh Rambali highlighted the 15 murders in Trinidad over the past weekend, calling it part of an ongoing crisis of crime without punishment. He attributed the root cause to the failed leadership of the PNM, stating that they have no effective plan to address the issue. Rambali criticized the government's approach over the past 2 years, which focused on increasing security for officials rather than addressing the rising murder rate. He urged fellow politicians to take responsibility and accused many parliamentarians of enjoying the perks of office while neglecting their duties. Rambali emphasized that innocent lives are lost while politicians argue, noting that a serious crime-fighting agenda is needed, requiring genuine effort. He expressed doubt about the commitment and understanding of political leaders beyond making headlines, and stressed that citizens are losing faith in their representatives. Rambali suggested that a small group of MPs, academics, and security experts should develop short-term solutions with both the government and opposition committed to implementing them. He called for innovative strategies beyond merely increasing police presence. Rambali asserted that the country deserves leaders who will take decisive action to protect citizens and urged immediate fulfillment of these responsibilities. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
Up next, Lambo residents are still being impacted by February 7th oil spill. Later, we'll give you a taste of the recent Tobago Heritage Festival events. Stay with us.
bed with my head to the ceiling. Say I'm drowning alone and I'm lost in my feelings. Somebody send me a sign, cause you know that I need it. Carnival, come back to me, cause you know you're my healing. I said this soca is my therapy, my therapy. It take away all of my anxiety, my remedy. I tell you that we all need love. Jump and show me love, wind up and show me love. Together say we are.
Get your quality furniture and appliances at Standards. Frigidaire gas range $599. Serta base and mattress $1,899. RC 50-inch smart 4K TV as low as $2,599. Yes, at Standard, nobody beats us on price. Believe it.
It's a different type of thing down there, and we party till we drop down there, with a lot of pretty girls down there, down in Tobago.
Welcome back. From pockets of oil continuously resurfacing to struggles in repairing vessels, health concerns, and loss of business, these are just some of the many problems experienced by the residents of Lambo since February 7th, when the Gulf Stream overturned and shipwrecked on a reef near Cove, leaking oil. The government has succeeded in decanting the oil from the ship and is working on salvaging the wreckage. However, the residents of Lambo have stated the problems are not over. They shared some of their problems at Monday's consultation for compensation.
The Gulf Stream wreckage might be out of sight and out of mind for some members of the public, but not for the residents of Lambo. As Sumati Ramkisoon, president of the Lambo Fisherfolk Association, explained, they continue to deal with leaked oil occasionally resurfacing.
Which is just recently there, hurricane there, I think. I went along on the beach. I got a call and I went along on the beach. If you see oil that raise up back in that water, I'm telling you. Very well. I have a picture with it on my phone.
These are some of the images captured by Ramkisoon of the oil washing up on shore.
The boat pulls so, it turns so, it twists so, it moves so, it go back so, it's still oil still coming out from it and still affecting the fishermen and them.
It is a major concern for the fishermen whose vessels got coated in oil and whose engines were damaged since the beginning of the oil spill on February 7th. Ramkisoon stated that despite conducting some repairs, they are unable to return to full performance.
The engine pull oil up to this minute. The engine pull oil. The boat can't function properly yet.
Any additional reappearance of oil in the water can cause further damage to engines and equipment, putting fishermen under additional expenses. Meanwhile, it is not just the fishermen who remain affected. Small business owners in Lambo, like Dexter Noel, continue to experience problems.
I'm a barber by profession, also fish. But from the road close, I had to relocate my business. It's still struggling currently. And I have 4 children living with me and my wife. My wife in and out of the hospital because she have blood clot in her lungs. These are serious people don't even know how your life does be.
Ruston Moore also highlighted ongoing health concerns being experienced by many in the community.
I myself had to go to the health center, had to go to a doctor in Trinidad because of respiratory issues.
The residents stated that there are many other concerns not being addressed or highlighted. It was an incident that deeply affected them.
Man was crying on my shoulder and shaking. So I definitely know they are affected, pay them.
However, the Oil Spill Relief Committee assured that they are mandated by the Chief Secretary, Fali Augustine, to allow all affected individuals to make claims on whatever impact they endured and continue to face. Candace Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Fishermen are worried that they may not have the required documents to make claims for the compensation from the Gulf Stream oil spill. Since the oil spill began on February 7th, fishermen in Lambo and surrounding areas have their livelihoods impacted. Fishermen were invited to a consultation last evening to discuss applications for compensation, where they were told that the relevant documentation was needed to make the successful claims. Reporter Candice Jackson was present at the consultation and has more details in this story.
According to Captain Andrew Taylor, the IOPC representative for Trinidad and Tobago, the International Oil Pollution Compensation Fund has set up a portal on its website for claims related to the Gulf Stream oil spill.
That could be property damage, environmental damages, economic losses. Any of these sort of claims can be submitted and eligible for compensation.
The THA appointed an oil spill relief committee to assist fishermen in submitting their claims. However, TEMA Director Alan Stewart says they must produce documentation.
For example, for equipment damage, a description and or photographs of the damaged item, the date and type of damage sustained.
This includes documentation to support loss of earnings, whether they are fishermen or vendors.
You could be selling ice to the fishermen, just submit the proof.
However, fishermen expressed frustration with the request. As Glenn Roberts pointed out, how was he supposed to prove that he had not been able to go out to sea for 2 months?
How I supposed to get that evidence? What exactly evidence that we're looking for?
Director of Fisheries Garth Otley attempted to clarify.
You will be part of a crew on a vessel?
Yes.
All right, so the owner of the vessel could submit that information, okay? He will say, okay, Mr. is part of my crew, as the case may be. Once that is submitted, we will treat with it.
However, the fishermen were not satisfied. They tried to explain that they are simple people who do not operate like the rest of society.
Vendors were sitting on the beach while you all block off the road, and no one was coming on by where most of the fish was spoiled. Now you saying evidence, they are what to do, wait until the fish spoil and then take the pity and bring it to you to show you a spoiled fish?
Now when I come from sea and I sell my fish, I don't collect a receipt or a bill. And when I sell the fish to the public, I don't collect a receipt or a bill from the public.
You want men that drop their fish pot and fags, you want them to waste gas and go out there and pull it up to show it our oil on it? No. Some of these criteria that you are demanded need to be out the door with that.
Despite these and other concerns, Captain Taylor assured that the IOPC would do its best with the information submitted.
Right, this is not something unfamiliar to the IOPC. And what we can say is that if your claim is genuine, then the numbers will add up for us because we know roughly how much tons of fish are in the area.
Compensation can be issued within as little as 1 month if the necessary supporting documentation checks out. Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
A new oversight committee has been appointed to review social housing and grant applications in Tobago, aiming for enhanced transparency, accountability, and efficiency. Secretary of Settlements, Public Utilities and Rural Development Ian Pollard officially appointed a committee members at the division's main office on Monday. The committee's mandate included identifying and resolving inconsistencies in the housing and grant application processes. The committee is being chaired by Jimmy Sylvester, Social Intervention Officer. It comprises diverse professionals, social workers focusing on community needs, a legal officer ensuring compliance, a land management expert overseeing property assessments, probation officers supporting vulnerable population, an engineer evaluating structural integrity, and a secretary facilitating smooth operations. According to a release on the division's social media pages, the multidisciplinary approach aims to prioritize housing for those most in need, integrate community perspectives, and optimize resource utilization. This is part of the division's mandate to provide sustainable and affordable housing for Tobagonians. You're watching the Tobago Updates Television News. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. More news after this.
Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, buljoil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Go in, you have to stop it, you have to stop it. Welcome to my kitchen, guys. You have to stop it every night. That's it, that's the intro. Let's do it one more time, right?
Welcome back. We come back, this time with another staple event on the Tobago Heritage Festival calendar. The vibrant community of Charlottesville held its Natural Treasures Day yesterday, Monday, July 15th. The festivities brought traditions of yesteryear to life through a series of educational reenactments. Some of these activities included washing the deadbed, dancing the cocoa, and juicing sugarcane at the famous Batty Mill. Janae Campbell shares more.
The Natural Treasures Day in Charlottesville can be viewed as a means of edutainment as it provides an immersive educational journey through Tobago's history. Miss Valerie, a member of the Charlottesville Performing Group, gave insights on the coal pit. Long ago, Tobagonians used coal pits to cook food, particularly barbecue. She further edified the audience on the type of wood that was used.
It is a specific type of wood. You're using mango wood, chenet wood, almond wood, or any kind of fruit wood.
So it must be a fruit tree?
It don't have to be a fruit tree because they have health purpose like glory cedar, and that could be burnt also.
She further highlighted the best time to burn coals for optimal results.
When you burn coals, in the big moon, you have big coals. Small moon, you have small coals. The bigger the wood, the bigger the coals. The smaller the wood, the smaller the coals.
All right, so it's moving together with the moon.
Of course it is.
Alicia Edwards, former executive chairman of TTAL, shared her views on the celebrations at Charlottesville. She pointed out that it is one of her favorite events on the Tobago Heritage Festival calendar. In fact, it is one she never misses. She is particularly pleased about the preservation of old practices and the transmission of knowledge and rituals of Tobago's past to the younger generation.
But this is very memorable for me because I grew up in a village in Dalaford just down the road, and I know about the washing of the bed because it happened when my grandmother died. My grandmother also had a dirt oven, the batty mill, and all of those things that were part of my childhood. So this is really an opportunity for me to just be nostalgic and to think about the way village life used to be. And I am so glad that Charlottesville continues to honor and keep that for the next generation to see.
Heading to the saw pit, Mr. Ned explained the tedious process of building houses long ago.
You gotta start the wood. It's a lot of work. Right? You gotta build the saw pit. You gotta cut wood, build it. Then you get the wood to roll up. Roll it up on it, tight down, and then you saw. You have to measure, make sure, and at that time you're using a battery. You get the black of the battery, and you black the line, and that's what we use to do the line. You might get a stone or something to use to plumb it.
Other key aspects of the trek included dancing the cocoa at the cocoa house. This has been significant as it smooths and polishes the beans before being sold. The beans are then used to make cocoa tea and chocolate. Another treasure was the dirt oven, where villagers showcased how bread and other treats were made. The trek ended at the batty mill, where members of the public had fun pumping the juice out of the sugarcane. Janae Campbell, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Mason Hall is ensuring its community learns about their culture, traditions, and heritage as the community hosted its 32nd year of family fun and friendly activities, games we used to play. Interning reporter Carissa Woods gave us a look at the village event in this story.
Even though we are now in the modern century, the community of Mason Hall wants to preserve Tobago's culture, traditions, and heritage with its Games We Used to Play, a heritage event held at Mason Hall Recreation Grounds. Visitors enjoyed the luxury of old-time fun, games, and family activities. MP for Tobago East, Ayana Webster-Roy, noted the importance of such an event.
It is important for us in Tobago to and protect our traditions and our pass on our cultural heritage to our children, because these are some of the things that makes us uniquely Tobagonian.
Webster-Roy believes it is important to ensure the culture and traditions are passed on to future generations. She also commended and thanked the Tobago East Constituency Office and the Village Council for hosting another successful event.
Tobago having their Heritage Festival, I would say it is very interested. It is something that is welcome because the youths now don't even want to hear about the old time things.
Elsa Williams is one of the patrons who enjoy taking part in the event annually for its clean, fun, and friendly atmosphere. She relinquished inexperience which takes her back to her childhood days.
I think it's a very good thing in that we have young people who don't know and we want to show them and teach them. So that's a very good thing.
Another visitor, Larry Brewster, expressed the importance of observing Tobago's culture, traditions, and heritage so that it does not fade away. He urges the senior folks to continue passing on their knowledge to the younger generation before it's too late. Carissa Woods, Tobago Update, Television News.
Miss Lescato Amaya Yates is our newly crowned Miss Tobago Heritage Personality 2024. The competition was held last Thursday at Shaw Park Complex. 7 delegates contended for the coveted title, but only one emerged victorious. Janae Campbell shares the details.
We Come Back is the theme for this year's Tobago Heritage Festival. In this vein, the Miss Tobago Heritage Personality Pageant 2024 was hosted as 7 delegates showcased their talent and beauty. Representing the culturally significant village of Lekoto, hails our new Miss Tobago Heritage Personality, Amaya Yates.
Now me I figure whim to prepare for his wake and bongo. Ungratefulness really was son over you know, and that man really get a brain like a jellyfish. When they deny him his visa and he wanted to beat up the immigration officer, I was there with him. When the boys in the village wanted to beat him up for thief and foul, I was there with him. When he was jumping fence to get away from paying child maintenance for his 6 picnic them, I was there with him. When he tried to swim to Grenada last Christmas, you know what? I was not there with him. Ole man, I can't swim.
Amaya depicted Yemoja, the Yoruba goddess of waters. Yemoja represents motherhood and fertility. Amaya won the Best Gong Portrayal Prize. Meanwhile, Clavia Simpson, representing rhythmic vibrations, was the first runner-up. She captured the Miss Intelligence and Best Talent special prizes.
It's a culture that's rich and hybridized, change hands 32 times, with each hand leaving behind their own style. This gem clean, safe and serene, filled with landscapes that seem surreal. So listen to me when I say I feel there is no place in this world you know.
Land of sweet, sweet Tobago,
where the birds fly high and the reef run low.
Land of sweet, sweet Tobago.
The second runner-up was Keena Macmillan, representing Betsy's Hope, whose chaperone, Shaquille Jones, copped the Best Gong design. She depicted the Orisha Oba. Amaya walked away with a cash prize of $10,000 from the Tobago Festivals Commission and a grant sponsored by First Citizens. Shanae Campbell, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Dumpling with your left hand. Me want all you to put garlic on your chest. Turn your frock wrong side.
The weather report is next. Stay with us.
Oh yeah! I said I can't wait for Tobago in October.
Embark on an adventure to the greatest little island on the planet. Tobago invites you to ritual, revelry, and release.
Whining in the Bago sun, having Bago fun, and Bago drinking rum. We go jump up and carry on.
From October 25th to the 27th, 2024, experience the energetic vibe, the vibrant colors, and the unforgettable spirit of the Tobago Carnival.
Down here in Tobago. In Tobago.
Whether you're tripping down the road or marveling at the beauty and creativity of our artisans, Tobago Carnival is an adventure.
I said I wait and I wait and I wait and I wait for Carnival to come. So I call all my friends, making the plans for the Tobago Carnival fun.
Join us for ritual, revelry, and release. Tobago Carnival 2024, where every moment is memorable.
I said I can't wait for Tobago in October.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up and look, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up and look. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show. Do more, live more.
Here's what to expect of the weather tonight into tomorrow from the TNT Met office. Tonight, mostly cloudy to overcast with showery intervals in some areas and the chance of isolated thunderstorm in varying localities. Temperatures should be around 24 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow, partly cloudy to cloud with occasional showers or rain in varying localities. There is a medium chance of a few heavy showers of thunderstorm settled late afternoon and night despite a few lingering showers. Showery intervals and a chance of isolated thunderstorms are associated with the passage of a surface trough. Tomorrow's temperature should reach a high of 32 degrees Celsius with a heat index of 35 degrees Celsius. Seas moderate with waves 1.5 to 2 meters in open waters and below 1 meter in sheltered areas. Sunrise is 5:48 and sunset at 6:30. A 48-year-old private hire taxi driver from Mason Hall, Tobago, has been convicted of raping a teen in 2012. A 9-member jury before High Court Judge Cathy Ann Waterman Latrue unanimously agreed to a verdict. According to the reports, the victim was 17 years old at the time. The driver took the victim to a secluded beach in Lambo, dragged the victim out of the car and raped her. He left her stranded at the location. A report was subsequently made to the police and a medical examination was done. The results of the examination proved that she was sexually assaulted. During the trial, the taxi driver defended himself by stating that the victim consented and initiated the act. He is expected to be sentenced on Thursday. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Let's recap the headlines before we go. National security heads meet on crime situation in Trinidad and Tobago. Tobago police officers vow to take a zero-tolerance approach to crime on the island. Lambo fishermen worried about February 7th oil spill documentation request. And Tobago Heritage Festival continued with its staple event, Natural Treasures Day. I am Bianna Brebner. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great night.